Folks, it's the end of the week. It's a big Sunday matchup right here at Al Bayt Stadium in Qatar. Big game on tap tonight as it's going to be Spain against Germany. Big game on tap, like I said. Other than that, this is most likely going to be a game in which you're going to see, at least from what we saw earlier in the week, I should say, this was going to be a game in the sense that Germany had to get a point, otherwise they were eliminated. Then something happened earlier today in which Costa Rica, a team that lost 7-0 to Spain, beat Japan 1-0, meaning this is how the group lines up going into today. Spain is still towards the top 3 points, still with the +7 goal differential as we've seen earlier. And then you've got some other guys in the mix. Japan is still second, even with that loss. You got 3 points, and then also there +1 goal differential. Costa Rica is now in second, 3 points, and able to get some of their big goal differential back now from only -6. Germany now is still though in fourth. Underway here from Al Bayt Stadium in Qatar, about 90 seconds through, and some trouble with the stream there. My apologies for that. Either way, it's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. Germany, even with the loss, can still make it, given that they do beat Costa Rica. Spain was Japan by a certain amount, but nonetheless, it's still going to be a big game. Germany, in sense of not get out of the knockout stage, especially the second consecutive World Cup. Of course, as champs, Germany fell under the champions curse as they ended up last in the group stage last year. Seattle was making a run, might have been a handball off of Asensio, but nonetheless a free kick for Germany. It actually wasn't much at all. This is going to be a back and forth type game. Obviously, heavyweight against heavyweight here on this Sunday afternoon. Again, like I said. Big game on tap. Spain comes in number 7 in the world. Germany number 11. This is the second top 12 matchup according to FIFA in this World Cup in the group stage. Of course, number 3 will be Belgium facing off against Croatia. Croatia with a big win today, 4-1 over Canada. Belgium with a rough loss too, 2-0 to Morocco, and fans back home in Belgium are not happy with that one. Early whistle, and it's a free kick now for Spain. Dani Olmo was the one that went down there. Of course, one of the many guys that scored in the game against Costa Rica. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Olmo had the opener in that game in the first 10 minutes and kind of opened the floodgates for Spain there. Giving chase on the ball, here's Thomas Müller. It's a good cutaway there by Spain. Jordi Alba there to send it back to his goalkeeper, Unai Simon. Taking a look at the lineups, you have only one change today for Spain, in which Dani Carvajal will be in for Azpilicueta, who was playing right back in the other game that was against Costa Rica. Still the same lineup, otherwise still in a 4-3-3, Simon in goal. Alba, Laporte, and Rodri will join Carvajal in the back. Pedri, Sergio Busquets, and Gavi will be your midfielders, and then up front, Dani Olmo, Marco Asensio, and Ferran Torres. Germany, on the other side, has 2 changes going into today, as Leon Goretzka will slide into the number 8 side for the midfield, and then Thilo Kehrer will be paired with Antonio Rudiger in the middle. Of course, also in the back, joining the goalkeeper Manuel Neuer will be David Raum, the left back, and Niklas Sula, the right back. Midfield alongside Goretzka will be Joshua Kimmich and Ilkay Gundogan, and in the front, Jamal Musiala, Thomas Müller, and Serge Gnabry. Spain now to the box. This one played out by Torres. Dancing on the ball here is Gavi for the meanwhile. Square to the top of the box. Asensio could have gotten a shot there, but it's cleared away as it was too much of a touch there on the ball. So again, nervy moments early on for both sides as they try to kind of get something going. As I noted earlier, 2 sides that love to attack, 2 sides that, as I noted earlier, European heavyweights with their own kind of different tactics. Spain with a more possessive tactic, but still going towards goal, while Germany will decide to go with more of an attacking phase, and it's, I think, a little more fluid in that regards. This one played out there by Rodri, not a Carvajal. Rodri's starting to settle into that center back role as this one's played back to Simon. Germany bringing pressure early on, sent out there by Laporte to Alba, and Gavi will play it back. So nice move there. You got Gavi wearing the number 9 shirt today, and Pedri will be wearing number 26 for Spain. Danny Carvajal now on the ball. We got two kind of stalwarts there. Danny Carvajal spending a lot of time with Real Madrid. Still going with his time with Real Madrid. Only 31 caps, though. 30 years old, got a lot of time played. Jordi Alba, your vice captain for Spain. It's got a little more chance with both Barcelona and with the Spanish national team, as he's got, will be his 89th cap for La Roja. Now here's Emerick Laporte on the ball. As I said earlier, a lot of different teams, a lot of different options for the Spain side, as Torres plays it out there for Gavi. Gavi getting a goal yet again in this World Cup. Of course, young guy on the squad, August 5th, 2004, he was born. Actually, do the math, he's actually younger than me, but still playing at the World Cup level, 14 caps, 3 goals overall. And here's Gavi. Speaking of him, in the middle, cuts to his left, now gives it off. Asensio goes down the edge of the box. Olmo with the shot off the crossbar. Oh, mercy. Danny Olmo trying to go for an absolute golazo to start this one off, and it's just too high. Manuel Neuer was left in no man's land, and probably for rightfully so. Spain was close to getting the opener there. Take a look at that. Danny Olmo actually kind of splitting the legs there as it went right through Kera's big legs. And actually, believe it or not, Neuer got a touch to that. Props there. You got Olmo against Neuer, something you'd love to see at this World Cup. Nonetheless, played out on the side. Alba goes down at the edge. No foul given. As Gavi runs to go get it. And it's going to be a throw-in for Spain, beating out Thomas Müller there for the ball. Once again, throw in here. Out on the right, still to be taken by Alba. Surveys his options. Try to get it out to, I believe it might have been Asensio, but either way, ball continues with Gavi in the middle. Gavi, one of the youngest guys to ever score a World Cup goal. The other guy involved, Pele. Pretty good company, I will say that. Now, Spain looks to reset here. Here's Carvajal. Back in the Spain half. It's knocked away there by Raum off of Torres. Throwing now for Spain. There's a look at Manuel Neuer. Take a look at this save, though. Oh, boy. Olmo fired an absolute rocket towards goal, and Neuer just getting that right palm up. Kind of grazed off. Might have tried to flick it away kind of forward, but instead ended up ricocheting off the crossbar. 8 minutes through, and I gotta say, that's probably been the best chance of the game so far. Germany, not many chances at all towards goal. Spain, using well Spanish tactics, have kept the ball and are going towards goal to try to make the most of this momentum and possession. Laporte. Good ball outside for Torres. Can he get there? Yes. He flicks it out. Going against Raum now as he enters the box. Crunching tackle there by Raum to flick it away. Gavi somehow kept it in play, but his feet might have been out of bounds. And so the ball will now go to Germany for a throw-in. And of course, Spain and Germany, when you look at these two sides, two of the best, of course, you got La Liga in Spain, and then in Germany, you've got Bundesliga, so it's quite popular amongst players and fans back home, especially in the United States and worldwide. So especially if these guys play for Barcelona or Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, who Manuel Neuer plays through. He just scooped the ball up. Now it's out on the right for Sula. Now back to the goalies we go. As Neuer now clips it out to the left-hand side for Germany in Raum. Now to Rudiger. Musiala on the ball. Good flick forward. And here's Goretzka in space. It's a 3-on-2. Goretzka's got options both sides. Plays it out for Gnabry on the right. And it's a good stop there by Simon. Goretzka tried to get that one on the edge, and now it will be called offside for Germany. Now let's take a look at this. It's actually a bad flick off by Sergio Busquets, Ilkay Gundogan in the mix there. As Leon Goretzka, like I said, not in the starting lineup against Japan. Actually, they're going to be calling offside here on Gnabry. So either way, great kick save by Simon, but it's not going to count. The only person probably be a little ticked off is if you had one of those guys, Gnabry or Simon in fantasy. Other than that, not much. We continue on. 11th minute here at Al Bayt Stadium in Al Khor, Qatar. Of course, one of the prime venues. This will be hosting a state semi. And speaking of which, Gavi gets it out to Ferran Torres on the right. Torres now looks for options. Going up against Raum. Good work there by David Raum. Of course, the guy playing his 14th cap today, getting snaps with RB Leipzig throughout the club season. Jordi Alba, now to Asensio, checking back. You think about it, it's an interesting decision by Luis Enrique to start Asensio in the 9th spot over some of the other guys that you may see on the bench. Alvaro Morata being one of them, was the number 9 for some time. Of course, you got Ansu Fati, who's gotten some more playing time with Barcelona. He's got 5 caps, 2 goals for La Roja. Pablo Sarabia also could be in the mix, although he's more of a winger type player. Obviously, a lot of choices and a lot of options for Enrique being in this Spanish squad, trying to make it to the World Cup, of course, or World Cup finals and that sort of stuff. That is 2010, they ended up winning it and then kind of fell under the Champions curse. So as I noted, both teams, 2010 World Cup champion against 2014 World Cup champion. As here's Olmo out on the right, goes down, going up against Sula. No foul called. It was actually not Sula. It was tracking back there being Kera. So Kera and Sula have kind of swapped positions as this game has gone on. And with that, I think the ball still continues to be played. I might have heard a whistle somewhere, but I don't know if that was here in the edit bays at Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication or it was somewhere else. Either way, now the ball's back towards goal and Unai Simon, played out there by Rodri, back to his fellow center back, Emerick Laporte, 2 Manchester City players, kind of manning the back, kind of the first man in charge per se. If, as I've said before, the goalkeeper is kind of your CEO. Those 2 are kind of the main men in charge per se. Simon again. This time Thomas Müller playing that number 9 role today. You played kind of center attacking mid. You had Kai Havertz in that role against Japan. And then it was a little switcheroo for the Germans today. The Deutschland going forward. 13 minutes through, it's Raum now on the ball. Raum, now to Musiala in the middle. Lost it there, taken off by Gavi. It's a nice matchup between those two guys. Gavi being 18 and then Musiala on the end, 19 years old. Playing with the big clubs with Pedri, Barcelona, and Musiala at Bayern Munich. I don't know if we'll see an 8-2 result again, but either way, some interesting action. We saw those 2 face off in Champions League earlier this year, I believe. Gavi went down. Little late whistle, but now they'll give Gavi and Spain the free kick there. Goretzka the one in the guilty party. And taking a look at possession here, 15th minute, and it's kind of what we expected. Spain with 64% of it, Germany with only 21, and 15 of that going somewhere else. Dani Olmo, who just tuning in, had an absolute rocket of a shot, saved there by Neuer as it deflected off the crossbar. And then elsewhere, Serge Gnabry thought he was in the clear, and ended up getting saved by Simon. Either way, that one was called outside. Here's Olmo again, attempts to switch the pitch, getting out to Ferran Torres. Torres now in space, plays Gavi, making a dashing run, tries to get across out there on the end line, and he can't get there in time. Goal kick for Germany. End-to-end action here at Alba Stadium. It's kind of what you want to see in a World Cup game. As I noted earlier, there are a lot of these top 12 type matchups in 2025. In fact, three in this year's group stage. But when you have this type of action, take a look at Portugal, Spain last year. That was one heck of a match. I will say that. And then Cristiano Ronaldo with the equalizing kick in the 90th minute to make that one whopping 3-all. I mean, if I was doing TikTok videos, I'd probably done a series of them. Just knowing how big that game was. I mean, the one heck of a TikTok, I will say that. Shula plays it back to Neuer. Manuel Neuer sends it back out for David Raum. And a lot of different players. Raum with some time overall, but of course, different players overall since the last time we saw these two teams at the World Cup. Spain going with a lot more of a younger squad, as you can see. Asensio kind of being in the mix of it with 26, Fernando Torres 22, Dani Olmo 24. So it is a rather young side in that regard. Spain, one of the youngest teams in this World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're tied for third with Ecuador. Nonetheless, here's Musiala at midfield, motoring forward. He's got options to the right, sends us out here for Gnabry. Gnabry plays back to Shula. Now to Rudiger. Antonio Rudiger. Raum again. And we go back to Rudiger, and Rudiger goes back to base. Good ball here. Going all the way out to Raum. A little too much sauce as Raum couldn't get a touch to it. Stuck out his left leg, and yet to give credit to Shula there trying to play the ball, but ends up going a little too far for the Germans. And you think about it, Raum had some space there in the middle. He could have gone up the end line, looked for options there in the middle. Throw in now, and it's Spain back with the ball. Carvajal tried to play in the middle for Laporte. Laporte just heads it up, and Simon is able to beat it out of the head of Jamal Musiala, who was trying to get ahead to that. And Simon, of course, being the goalkeeper, much taller, ends up winning the battle. Gives it right back to Spain. Here's Rodri again. Now to Carvajal. Back to Rodri. Rodri once again in his own box. Gets it back to Simon. Spain able to play contempt here. They're playing good football overall. That one goes deflected off of Gnabry. It's a throw-in now for the Spanish. Pedri. Good turn there to get away from Gundogan. Now Rodri again. Carvajal, now on the right, got some room, gives it out to Torres, knocked away by Raum, deflected off of Torres, much to his dismay, throw-in for Germany. You got, like I said, Spain versus Germany, two teams that are led by some stellar head coaches as we're now in at the 19th minute. Germany going forward, and it's a little too forward there as Raum tried to play it there for Müller. A lot of interesting games, one of them being Bengals, Titans, and American football, that is. Of course, I'm a big Bengals fan, if you don't know. Who Dey? Actually driving right now in the end zone. So I might give you some updates as that game goes along here. And just like that, the Bengals have scored a touchdown. So barring a missed extra point, they're going to be tying the Tennessee Titans. Big game for them, both teams playoff contenders as of now. That one headed away there by Laporte. 20th minute here from Al Bayt Stadium. Now a throw-in for Germany. As I noted, Germany, it's been a while. I don't think, now that I think about it, in their history, I don't think they've gone back-to-back World Cups without making the knockout stage. Of course, kind of messed up with the Champions Curse last year, but then this year, they've got some chances. I mean, I know in a lot of brackets, I put them kind of towards second. I think in a few I might have put them at first, but I favored Spain in that battle. And right now it looks like Spain, barring some craziness against Costa Rica, and Germany should end up getting that spot, especially number one with what is right now a +7 goal differential. Nonetheless, here's Olmo Plays out to Alba. Alba will play back to Laporte. Ball was kind of towards the attacking third. Once again, Spain cutting it back towards their defensive third now. And back to base with Simon. Simon now to Rodri. Rodri tried to play that through there for Asensio and headed it back to Joshua Kimmich. Of course, Kimmich and Goretzka, the two Bayern Munich players, will be manning the holding midfield spots today for Germany. And then, of course, you got a lot of Bayern players in general. You got Man City as well, Serge Gnabry in the middle, some other guys, Jamal Musiala, Thomas Müller. So ESPN listed this at a 4-3-3, by the way, and all the guys up top playing for Bayern Munich. You think about it, this squad has gotten the Bundesliga title every year since 2011 or 2012, I'd say. They're showing it here. Nonetheless, here's Spain. Pedri going forward. Edge of the box, cuts it out, gets it to Gavi, back to Pedri, and Gavi himself. He was quadruple teamed there, and Germany was able to clear that one out. Back towards midfield, controlled there by Rodri, now to Carvajal. Carvajal now to Sergio Busquets, your deep line 6. Good ball played outside. Here's Alba now, cutting inside Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba rips a shot, and it's just wide. Who says the old guys can't get involved too? Jordi Alba, 33 years old, the Barca man, fresh off receiving a pass from his Barcelona teammate Sergio Busquets, almost made it 1-0. Actually on his weak foot there with his right foot. Right-footed shot just skips wide of goal. And just like that, it's a goal kick for Germany. Boy, oh boy, we've seen some good chances in this one. A lot of golazos, or almost golazos, I should say, in terms of production. Gnabry, now to Müller. This could be dangerous. Gundogan tried to play back for running Kimmich and crew, but he's not going to get there. Pedri, now to Ferran Torres, who goes down. Rudiger also goes down. And now ball will be given to Germany. So you got Torres there going up against Rudiger. I might have actually pulled on Rudiger's shirt over there. Either way, a little bit of discrepancy there. Pardon me for the stammer. Goes back to Germany. Musiala tried to get a turn. Gives it right back as Rodri sends it back towards Simon. Rough touch there as Simon just has to clear it out towards the sideline for a Germany throw-in. And Müller will let this one go. Once again, heading out to take that. Musiala was going to take a short throw, and David Raum was making his way over to talk about it, at least to say, you know what, let me take it. And now, indeed, Raum will be the one to take this one in. Müller tried to keep that one in play, pressured out by Rodri, and in a sense doesn't get the deflection. Goal kick now for España. Here's Jordi Alba now. On the left, had some space. One back there by Gnabry. No foul called. And now the ref will call a whistle. Again, we haven't seen that much. I mean, we saw it a lot in England versus U.S. and even Argentina versus Mexico yesterday. Not too much today. And since we've seen the ref give out some very controversial whistles, and probably less controversial and more delayed whistles. In fact, when the other team's trying to switch the play, trying to get some momentum back, and instead kind of goes towards the other team. And, you know, in a sense, as a fan, I don't like it. If I was a player, I probably wouldn't like it either. This one, Simon pipped out of Carvajal. Musiala tried getting a touch. It's cleared away there by Rodri. Musiala now to Müller. Gundogan was in the middle. Couldn't get the best touch on it. Nonetheless, Gnabry in the middle. Gnabry sends it wide. Not the best shot at much as it bounced a lot and eventually trickled wide of goal. Let's take a look at this. Germany this time wasn't caught in the offside trap. Gundogan tried cutting it onto his left foot. Cut away there by Rodri. But you have to give some credit to Gnabry. Seeing the open space, decides to turn it on his weak left foot, takes a shot, but it ends up not going in the corner as he wanted it to. Great crowd on tap at Al Bayt Stadium. Hosted some interesting games. Hosted the opener between Qatar and Ecuador, and then eventually after that hosted England versus U.S. and then also some other interesting matchups as well. There's some Spanish legends there in the crowd. David Villa being one of them on the right. Of course, a guy who has been in the stage a lot for Spain, especially in terms of scoring goals on that squad in 2010 when Spain ended up going all the way and winning the title overall. There's David Villa. As I said, David Villa with 59 goals overall, top scorer for the squad. Sergio Ramos, who has been a stalwart for Spain over the years, stalwart for Real Madrid, now with PSG, 180 caps for La Roja. Nonetheless, the Deutschland tries to go the other way. Here's Rudiger now. Pressure there by Spain. Asensio almost took the ball off of Rudiger's feet. Nonetheless, it's Neuer to play this out, and Neuer gives it right back to Olmo. Olmo in space plays it through for us. Torres. His shot deflected, and it goes right back to Neuer. So again, a lot of different movements from both sides as Neuer kind of gave it right back to Olmo. If he was a little more inquisitive, could have gone for the chip, although Neuer was not that much off his line there. Torres, there's the deflected shot off of Raum too. Rather unfortunate for the Spanish who try to get something going. And now it's going to be a throw-in for, I believe, Germany. Germany getting another big option there. Neuer. Back to Rudiger. Rudiger, Gundogan, now to Ram. Gundogan has kind of been a little quiet today. It was the case against Japan for a little while, although Gundogan ended up getting the penalty kick to make it 1-0 before Japan caused the comeback in the second half. Rudiger has to track back a little bit, nonetheless able to control it. Pressure there by Ferran Torres, gets it out to Raum. Raum sends it up pitch, and once again, Spain using that defensive tactic, being possessive, but either way, able to win the ball back. So Rodri gets it out. Carvajal goes down. Free kick for La Roja. 28th minute here, still 0-0. And it's Danny Carvajal going up against David Raum, who was called there for the foul. Jordi Alba now on the ball. Now to Olmo. Back to Alba. And Asensio once again tried getting a turn on that. Not much overall. Here's Neuer. Shula. Goretzka. Gnabry for the meantime. Back to Shula. Neuer. Again, just has to clip it out. Spain, you have to give credit to the possession they've been having today. That one pushed there by Rodri, or pardon me, might have been Laporte. No foul called. Nonetheless, Germany tries to go on the attack here. Kehra gets out to Gnabry. What can he do? Serge Gnabry gets the ball. Almost got it cut away there by Pedri. Now it's won back by Spain going the other way. Right now a 3-on-3. Rudiger just boots it all the way back into the Spanish defensive half. Not towards goal, but nonetheless settled there by Olmo. Rodri. Now on the ball, Rodri gets it forward. Little update there with Bengals Titans, as I was saying earlier. Titans just missed a field goal, so most likely barring a Bengals possession right now with 4 seconds left to go in the first half. Should be 10-all going to break, so overall not a bad half for the Cincinnati Bengals. Of course, my favorite team, Hude, for anybody watching this. Free kick for Germany now. 30th minute, Marco Asensio called for the foul. Once again, neither side, I think, wants to kind of treat the essence of a free kick, and maybe it's for good news and sense to kind of get everybody ready. As Kehra gets it to Sula. Sula sends us in for Mula. He tried getting ahead to it, but Rodri's there to cut it away. Out to the right-hand side now for Spain, left-hand side for Germany. Musiala plays to Rudiger. Rudiger in space. Rudiger rips a shot, and it goes into the bleachers. We saw him hit a goal like that earlier this year for Chelsea about 35, 40 yards out. As a little update with Bengals Titans, that one indeed will be 10-all going to break. Titans will get the kickoff for the second half. Here's Simone. Busquets has to check back, but nonetheless gets it out to Rodri. Going down there is Asensio, and now a free kick's given to Spain, at least for a little while. Now plays continue. The ref has not blown any whistle after pointing that there would be one. Either way, Simone off his line clears this forward right towards Kera and Gnabry. Crazy sequence there. You could have gotten a foul, which would have stopped everything, or what we just saw on the other side. A lot of just kind of dissonant, kind of out of control possession overall. Jordi Alba, 30 minutes through about 14 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here in this first half. Still 0-0 between Spain and Germany. Germany kind of getting a lifesaver there from Costa Rica earlier today, who won 1-0 over Japan. Otherwise, had Japan gotten a win or heck, even a draw, then I believe Spain might have needed, or Germany rather, would have needed at least a point to keep their hopes alive. Now, it's a little bit different in the sense that if the cards go the right way, which that being cards going the right way, like winning like 6-0, probably not happening from what we've seen in these first 30 minutes, then they could be at the top. But it'll be really interesting, though, in the sense that Japan has a win, Costa Rica has a win, Spain has a win. If Germany can get a win today, then you've got 4 teams knotted up at 3 points, which kind of goes to my point earlier. As I was saying, if someone was to put a group of death on any of the groups, probably be this one, just knowing how one-sided, not really one-sided, but how open that can be in sense that Japan, although playing in the AFC in Asia, I think can still have some leverage. Spain and Germany, 2 away for Giants, and then Costa Rica has always kind of been in the mix with CONCACAF. Both teams still playing moonball. Now Spain settles it down. Rodri gets it out to Carvajal here on the right. Still in the defensive third. Now working towards midfield. Cuts back to Busquets. Now to Rodri. Now back to base with Unai Simon. Alba. Back to Laporte. Emerick Laporte plays it into Asensio. Like I said, Asensio, a little more dynamic on the ball than Alvaro Morata, who's been playing 9. Nonetheless, here comes Olmo the other way. Neuer's off his line. Olmo plays it in for Torres, and he just puts it over the bar. Ferran Torres with an absolute golden chance to make this 1-0 in favor of La Roja, and he skies it right into the bleachers. It was probably maybe just a foot off, and Danny Olmo could have been offside there, but nonetheless, a good ball, a good run, and Manuel Neuer was left in no man's land. Probably would not have had much chance to make a save on the ball at all. And with that, you can breathe if you're a Germany fan. I know in a sense I will. I mean, I honestly don't mind if Germany gets a point in this one. I've got them at the number 1 spot for a while. Taking a look, if you want to look at some NFL games, Bucks and Browns currently tied 10-all. Ravens, Jags. Jags currently up 7-6. That one started a little late because of some lightning in the area. Looking at some other games, of course, lots of different games, especially in the World Cup, as you got Group G and Group H wrapping up match day 2 tomorrow. Some interesting games there. You've got Brazil against Switzerland. Those two faced off last year, or not last year, last time in the World Cup, and it was Brazil and Spain, or not Spain, sorry, Switzerland tying it up at 1 apiece. How about this? Miami. Miami is up 30-0 against Houston. That's insane. That is crazy. 35th minute here back on the association football pitch. Still 0-0. Asensio, now to Laporte. Emerick Laporte still on the ball, pips this forward for Danny Olmo. Once again, Neuer has to get back. This time, Olmo's cross isn't sent into the center as it was deflected off of Shula for a Spain corner kick here. Another good chance. Danny Olmo getting forward on the ball. Many people believing that Olmo is the best player out there for Spain in this World Cup, and honestly, I wouldn't disagree with that. I mean, he's come into himself, especially over the past couple years playing with RB Leipzig. This one sent to the box, headed down by Rodri, out to Ferran, and it's a good tackle to crunch it away. Jamal Musiala to just send that towards the bleachers. And again, you look at that Jamal Musiala. Remember that name, folks. And it was a good touch there by Musiala to just peg it away. Antonio Rudiger kind of being the general there in the middle, save for Neuer. Just telling the guys, hey, keep the composure. I mean, overall, this is a Spain team that will try to wear you down. So far, Germany has not been worn down yet. Olmo whips this one into the box, headed away there. Good work there by Shula. Played back there by Rodri, or Alba rather, for Unai Simon. Simon now to Carvajal again. Carvajal back to Simon. Simon plays his forward back towards the midfield. End-to-end action here at Al Bayt Stadium. Could be getting better depending on how it goes. Spain looking for their 23rd consecutive game with a goal. It kind of just shows how their offense has changed, especially since that. The last time they failed to actually muster a goal in a game was during the Euro 2020, in which they drew 0-0 to Sweden in Sevilla. Ferran Torres went down there and it was Kera there. Tilo Kera called for the foul. And with that, Kera also picks up the first yellow card of the game. 37th minute, still 8 minutes plus stoppage time left. Still a lot of time left to play in this one. Still a lot of goals to be called as well. But either way, end-to-end action. Like I said, heavyweight against heavyweight. Spain, number 7 in the world. Germany, number 11. 2010 World Cup champ against 2014 World Cup champ, both of whom have gone through the ringer there in terms of getting through. Offside flag is called up here on Serge Gnabry, who actually had to wait for the Spanish defenders to get back. So it kind of shows you how offside he was in that manner. As actually, overall, you think about it, he just leaned his shoulder forward. So in fact, he kind of could have just let go for a little while and could have gone the other way. Nonetheless, this one sent back towards German territory, pushed in the back there by Gavi on Goretzka. Will send this back towards the Deutschland for a free kick. Back to Neuer. He sends it back to Rudiger. Back to Neuer. Those two continue to play personal game. Now Neuer sends this up pitch, looking for options, headed up there by Rodri. And it's a good flick there by Gundogan out to Goretzka. Could be trouble here as Gnabry sends forward, gets past Alba, and he earns a free kick in the matter too. 35 yards out, and after a bunch of free kicks, probably not in the past few minutes, now it's becoming a little more prevalent. Maybe a set-piece opportunity that Germany won't take for granted here. Of course, many times Germany has just passed the ball along, but also the fact was it was about 50 yards away from goal. So either way, it would have been a low chance of getting a goal off of that set piece. Now, this is an interesting chance for Germany. Standing over the ball, you're going to have David Raum out on the pitch, also there. Can't tell who is there over it. I might be Joshua Kimmich, and indeed, it will be Kimmich on the ball here. Might see off the right foot of Joshua Kimmich, 27-year-old. He swings us in. Rudiger! And it's in the net! Wide open there on the set piece. Antonio Rudiger, the Chelsea man here in the 40th minute, makes it 1-0 in favor of Germany. Big goal and a big moment for a team that needs points today. Just like that, Germany is up 1-0 against Spain. And that is probably the result Germany needed. Spain held majority of the possession in this first half, but just like that, momentum works well. And now the ref's going to check for VAR. I don't think Rudiger was offside here. Maybe for a potential foul. Maybe for offside, actually, because they were kind of running into the box, and just like that, no goal called there on Rudiger. So Antonio Rudiger, although making a great run in, will be denied his third goal for the country. And Rudiger, of course, playing for Chelsea for a long time, now playing with Real Madrid. So little botch up there by me. So my apologies. Long time with Chelsea though, Antonio Rudiger. You think about it, yeah, 5 years with them, starting off with Real Madrid. Nonetheless, boy oh boy, have we seen some big action today. I mean, some people, I think, just going back and forth. They've asked me after I've done some games that I've called and reacted to, or simply watched, and they've asked me, "Did that feel like a World Cup game?" And I'm like, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't in terms of intensity. This definitely feels like a World Cup game, as it is the case now. It was a dangerous ball there by Carvajal. Gnabry and Muller were in the middle. Now here comes Asensio the other way, gets it out. Alba on the overlap, whips this one in, deflected once again off Shula for a Spain corner kick. I wanted to give some kind of update on the NFL. I just can't. This is something. I will say this. This is an interesting World Cup game. I mean, I know I put the popcorn emojis on for Argentina, Mexico, but boy, oh boy, has this been something so far. It's been 0-0, but it's been an entertaining 0-0 game. Olmo, pipped in by Pedri. Back to Olmos. It's headed away there by Rudiger. Rudiger on the balls. It's seen out there. Trying to make a run for Spain there on that right-hand side. Forget the number. Might have been interesting. Might have been Pedri. I saw 16 as the number. There's not a 16 listed on Spain's roster sheet. Either way, scrap on the ground there with Ferran Torres. Nonetheless, Raum gets it off. Here's Mula. Plays it back once again towards Raum. Eventually it gets towards Raum, that is. As Laporte sends it back towards the middle. Gavi decides to play moonball there. Goretzka gets his head up to it along with Kimmich. Alba sends it back towards the center. Asensio, now to Busquets. Busquets, Gavi. Now to Laporte. Pedri again. Out to Asensio. Out on the end there. Gavi cut away there by Shula for the meantime, and now Shula will win it back for good. Plays it out to Kimmich as well. Gundogan now. Musiala in the center of the pitch flicks it out towards Raum. Raum on the ball. Pressured there by Ferran. Now to Antonio Rudiger. Back to Neuer. Shula. Shula against Olmo. And Shula gets it back towards Neuer. Neuer still trying to build out of the back alongside the rest of his German teammates. Just trying to get something going as he sends it up towards Musiala. Musiala with a great turn off Rodri. Busquets with the foul. And with that, it's a free kick for Germany. Sergio Busquets in the process picks up the yellow card there. First of the day for Spain. Again, good run in the middle. Musiala, boy, oh boy, he had Rodri and Busquets on him, and Busquets had to stick a leg out there to make sure Musiala was down. Otherwise, could have been trouble for the Spaniards. So after the ball was rolled in, it's going to be Joshua Kimmich to take the free kick. Now in the 45th minute, less than a minute to go before stoppage time. Antonio Rudiger, about a few minutes ago, had a chance to make it a 1-0 game, in which he put in the back of the net, but was called offside. Here he is again, kind of lining up towards the back post area, trying to make maybe another crashing run into the box. This one clipped up again, and here's Rudiger now on the right-hand side. Clips this one in. Actually, it was a shot, and Simon this time was able to catch it. Got a little head back there by his teammate to send it back towards Simon's paws. How about that, though? Antonio Rudiger decides to go with a volley, something that you would probably only see a number 9 or a winger do. But boy, oh boy, this center back has gone out and played well in the process. Pedri, now on the right again. Jordi Alba on the ball. Asensio crosses it in, cut out by Shula. Pedri, Jordi Alba again. Alba plays in for Olmo, who was in the box. Now he circles outside of it, still on the left wing. Now to Rodri. Rodri out to Carvajal. Danny Carvajal, what can he do on this? Now in stoppage time here, about 2 minutes of stoppage time, about 90 seconds through of this period. So Rodri now goes up to Laporte. Laporte to Alba. Alba, nifty turn as Olmo goes down, and now it's a free kick for Spain, kind of about 35 yards out. And speak of Rudiger, there he is with the foul. And let's take a look at that call. He was just offside, as the man of marking there for Spain was Emerick Laporte. And Rudiger, I think, just stuck his hand out a little bit farther than Laporte, which caused him to be offside. Again, interesting moments overall. About 30 seconds left. There's a look at Hansi Flick, about a year through his tenure with Germany. So Laporte sends it out to Gavi. He directs this one in towards Asensio. It's still in the box as Gavi gets control of it. He gets a cross off, deflected off of Goretzka. Corner kick now for Spain. And probably what might be the last opportunity of this first half. Let's take a look at that. There's Laporte who was the target there on the back post for Spain. As Gavi's cross try to redirect it in. You got Laporte and Asensio and a lot of other guys there in the middle. Fifth corner of the day for Spain, 0 for Germany so far. Nonetheless, Olmo lines up to take it. Outswinger into the box, headed away only as far as Pedri, who will just play that back towards goal. And with that, it's halftime here at Al Bayt Stadium in Al Khor, Qatar. Scoreless between Germany and Spain. Antonio Rudiger with the best chance of the half as he sent a header fresh off a free kick into the net, but it ended up being ruled offside for Spain. Dani Olmo with a chance that was saved by Neuer and actually ricocheted off the crossbar as well. So with that, no goals so far. Could we get the first goal in the second half, or do we see a scoreless draw in this big Group E clash? I'll take a break, and then I'll be back for the second half right here on YouTube. Just some moments before we start the second half here from Al Bayt Stadium in Qatar. Still scoreless between Spain and Germany to wrap up match day 2 in Group E. I'm Mahirsan Hassan. Thanks for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. So far, we've seen some end-to-end action. Of course, Spain has been in charge, at least in the possession, as we've seen from Spain many times this year. Taking a look at the stats, as I was said earlier with the possession, mostly in favor of La Roja, 68% there, Germany with 32%. Shots on goal have been kind of varied throughout, although it's been kind of even. Spain with 4 shots, 1 on goal, Germany with 3 shots, and 1 there on goal. If you're wondering, Spain's shot on goal came courtesy of Danny Olmo, the RB Leipzig player, as it was saved there by Manuel Neuer, and also got a little deflection off the crossbar, a little lucky there. And then Germany on the other side, fresh off what he thought was going to be the opening goal, Antonio Rudiger ended up lasering a shot, and Simon made a great, sumptuous save there in the middle to deny him. Of course, Rudiger almost was on the right-hand side, like back post, kind of going for like a striker's finish there, like something World Cup-esque. Either way, both teams back out on the pitch to start off half number 2. And if you're also wondering, I'm watching the Bengals game right now. It's still tied 10-all between those sides. Rather defensive since both teams have come out of the locker room. Also been kind of defensive, at least here on the score sheet, between Germany and Spain. Has been quite offensive, though, in terms of chances. Kickoff there by Kimmich. Might have been something off. I think one of the Germany players are offside. Now we're back underway. Germany going from left to right in the all-white. Spain in the red going from right to left. Just like that, Musiala gets a touch on the box, and now he will circle out. Musiala now to Raum. No changes at half as Raum's cross is deflected, and Simon will catch that one right there in the middle. 45 minutes through, 45 minutes to go here from Al Bayt Stadium in Qatar. Quite an impressive venue, about 68,000 on attendance there. That one by Laporte, crossed out by Gnabry, as we have another goal kick for Unai Simon. So Spain going with a 4-3-3, and this is where I think, yes, some differences in how things work. 4-3-3 in according to ESPN, 4-1-2-3 according to the guys at Telemundo. Either way, kind of get the idea. 4 in the back line, 3 up top. This one played forward by Antonio Rudiger. Goes all the way back to Dani Carvajal. Once again, back to Unai Simon. Spain, of course, has a good talent on the roster, especially in terms of netminders. David Raya, who plays for Brentford, also on the squad, along with Robert Sanchez. Meanwhile, Marco Asensio motors down the right-hand side, clips this one in, and Neuer on his hands and knees will grab it there. Getting it right away, Ferran Torres was crouching into the box. Raum clips this forward, looking for Thomas Muller on the other side. Muller with the touch. Muller around. Muller lost it there. And with that, the flag goes up for offside. But either way, Thomas Muller, the Bayern Munich man, was putting Jordi Alba on an absolute spin cycle there. That's a close call. I mean, of course, this being the first World Cup with the semi-automated offside system, this is an opportunity, at least for Germany, to try to make the lead at least theirs. Of course, Antonio Rudiger had a chance in the first half before that one was called offside. So Germany has kind of ran into a pseudo offside trap here as this game has gone on. Here's Carvajal. Gavi pushed down there, no foul called, and in fact it will go in favor of Germany as Goretzka was the one to go down more than Gavi. Now Goretzka on the ground, head towards it as he clutches his face. Again, a lot of opportunities from both sides. Spain and Germany both have passionate fan bases, not too many of them making the trip out. Of course, England and US had a pretty good attendance. That ended up right now being the most attended game at Al Bayt Stadium, even more than the opening matchup between Qatar and Ecuador. Muller lets that one go, and Kera, who's playing right back. Tilo Kera has been kind of going back and forth with Niklas Sula in that right back position as this game has gone on. Pedri, now to Asensio. Asensio playing through for a dashing Olmo. Rudiger will get there first, though, to get it back towards goal on Neuer. Here's Kera again. Gnabry, Serge Gnabry goes down. No foul called. Out on the touchline. And again, the refs making some kind of late decisions here. Kind of has to think about it on the spot. Not too much of a command, at least from what we've seen today. Either way, throw in for Spain, and now it's out on the right-hand side. Carvajal plays back towards base in Unai Simon. As I noted earlier, kind of a stacked group for Spain in terms of goalkeepers. Sanchez and Raya on the bench playing in the Premier League. Simon playing for Athletic Bilbao. Another guy that was left off the list who's kind of been a stalwart, at least at the club level, David De Gea, the Manchester United man. Not even on the squad. I don't think he was even on the provisional squad as well, that included quite a lot of players. Pedri sliding tackle, and with that, it's a free kick towards Germany. Captain Sergio Busquets not happy with that call, as once again Gundogan and the Deutschland continue to kind of set up, try to get that opening goal. And yeah, I think it was kind of a non-contact foul. Gundogan didn't even get a piece with the ball. So did Busquets. But either way, there was no impetus on the ball that would have caused a direct free kick, or at least clearly we would have seen a free kick. Nonetheless, Raum and Kimmich over the ball. 50th minute here from Alcor. Once again, the ref goes in the middle, make sure everybody is okay. You got Kera and Rudiger on the back post. Boys, Rudiger been a set-piece threat today so far. 2 good chances. One of them rushed out for offside. Raum switches this one into the box. It's too far for running Kera, who was making his way through. So David Raum took the free kick there, and as you can see, I mean, I think there were about 5 players for Germany that were offside there. Spain with a good idea to play the offside trap. Nonetheless, the team that is known for their possession, La Roja, holds on to the ball here, tries to get something going overall. Had some good chances early on, but since the almost save, or almost shot that was saved rather, not too many chances, period, for La Roja. Carvajal got the last touch there. Goretzka there in the middle, and Rodri's trying to ask, what happened there? And I think Spain, in sense, Germany has gotten majority of the momentum. We've seen this Spanish side that even though they love to control possession, Germany has kind of counteracted that with possession of their own, in sense, trying to wear Spain down. Of course, Spain loves to use possession and tear down the other team. I know for myself that the fact of keeping possession is something that's disciplined on both sides of the ball, both offensively, defensively as well. In my opinion, just from my time playing soccer, I actually think it's tougher to keep the ball than it is to try to take away the ball from a team that loves to keep the ball. Nonetheless, Pedri going forward decides to take it direct there, went up against Kera. Last touch, I think, was off of Kera as it goes for a Spanish throw, and Alba plays it right back towards Pedri. A lot of young guys on the Spanish squad, as I said, Gavi being 18 and then Pedri being 20. Both of those guys playing for Barca. So the future is bright for La Masia as well as that big team with La Roja. Gundogan plays this forward, clip through for Gnabry, and right on the edge of his box, Simon is able to catch it there off the bounce. 53rd minute, of course, still a lot of time, 37 minutes plus stoppage time before this one is all said and done here from Albight Stadium. Laporte, back to Simon. Simon clips this up. Ferran Torres brings it down. Cleared out by Carvajal, Pedri, and now to Olmo. Spain using the wings a little bit more, stretching out the pitch a lot more as well. Olmo now end line against Kera. Last touch off of Olmo. Goal kick, Germany. Again, a lot of opportunities, a lot of chances, and it looks like Spain will be making their first change of the day. Alvaro Morata will be coming in, and I would guess it might be for the man up top, Marco Asensio, who overall has played decently in that spot. Actually, I stand corrected. It won't be Asensio. It'll be Ferran Torres coming off. Torres with a great opportunity in the first half with Neuer kind of caught off his line, but now it'll be Alvaro Morata to play that. And I would guess Morata would now be playing the number 9 spot. Asensio will now be kicked out to the right wing. And again, once again, Luis Enrique, the one to be kind of directing that. Of course, a manager for this team since 2018 and 2019, except for the time that he was on a 4-month break, which was back in 2019. And then after that, took over the team again. 62 caps, 12 goals for Spain as a midfielder. Spent 6 years at Barcelona as a manager, 3 years at the head of Barcelona A, the big squad there, the one that we all know and love. And then another 3 years at Barcelona Bay, one of their farm teams as well. He actually got some kind of scrutiny with being an anti-Real Madrid fan. Of course, I mean, you're with Barcelona for so long. I ended up playing with Barcelona for a few years as well, and kind of got that bias in between him. But nonetheless, did allow 2 players on the squad this year that have some opportunities with Real Madrid. I think those 2 guys being, I'd have to check my list. One of them being Marco Asensio, who is still in the game. Then another guy being Dani Carvajal, the right back. Only one guy, or pardon me, no guys for Spain played for Real Madrid on the Euro 2020 roster. So another interesting point to make there. It kind of does state. I mean, you got Real Madrid and Barcelona, the 2 big squads for Spain. That one cut out there by Germany. Gundogan playing back. Gnabry, or Muller rather, making a big run as Simon sends it back towards Germany's territory for a throw-in. And as I said, you got Luis Enrique, a guy kind of established in the Spanish system. You got Hansi Flick on the other side. He's been the Germany head coach since last year, had a stint with Bayern Munich because he was the leader of that team, took over in 2019, led them to a title in 2020 during the pandemic year. And then in 2021, they also won the title before he ended up taking the job with Germany. Of course, Joachim Löw has been the guy in charge. Nonetheless, I should stand corrected. Gundogan now on the ball for Kimmich, saved by Simon. So Hansi Flick, a man who loves to build attacking systems, as we saw with Bayern Munich over the past few years. He was actually an assistant on the Germany squad for 8 years as well. Gundogan played a great ball in for Kimmich, who tried to paint the corner there. But nonetheless, Simon was able to get that right in the clear. Not enough pace for Kimmich, although it was a decent shot unto itself. And with that, it's a corner for Germany. Believe it or not, Hansi Flick was an assistant on the squad that won the World Cup in 2014 for Germany, if you are wondering. So he has won a World Cup with this squad, although it's changed a lot. Kimmich near post, cleared away there by Alvaro Morata. Back to Kimmich now on the left-hand side. Pressured there by Carvajal and many others. Carvajal with a great tackle there on the end to send it back to Spain. Here comes Spain the other way. Morata going forward along with Asensio. Free kick now given to Spain in Germany territory. Marco Asensio with a great run, and it's going to be Leon Goretzka who will be booked there. So second yellow card of the day for Germany. The other guy there being booked, Thilo Kehrer, which is in the first half. But how about that, though? And it's a smart foul, kind of, sort of, for Asensio. Trying to make that overlapping run. Could have been in the clear had that been executed. 58th minute. Once again, 2 great guys that know the system. Luis Enrique for Spain, Hansi Flick for Germany. Carvajal out to Olmo, cut away there by Kehrer. Once again, a throw-in for Spain here. And as I was saying earlier, a lot of opportunities for both sides. Speaking of which, Olmo in space. Olmo rips a shot right towards Neuer. Deep shot as well, about 30, 35 yards out there. And now with that, Germany gets another chance at possession. Like I said, Spain looking to score a goal in their 23rd consecutive game. That's a streak that's gone all the way back to Euro of 2020 last year. For Germany, they're only looking for their fourth consecutive game with a goal as they were blanked earlier this year, I believe, by Hungary in the Nations League. Nonetheless, Jamal Musiala going forward. Now to Raum. Raum clips his forward. Nobody there on the back post. Nobody there in the middle as well. Jordi Alba now to take the throw in. Olmo back to Alba. Gnabry now on the ball. Tried to get it out to Kimmich. Didn't work out that well. And now we see another yellow card coming out. How about that? Yellow cards have been racking up today as this one's now given towards Kimmich. So now you've got your two holding midfielders in Leon Goretzka and Joshua Kimmich with the foul. Danny Olmo, the fouled man there on this play. Although Olmo has kind of been the victim a few times on some of these fouls. 30 minutes plus stoppage time left to go in the second half. As I noted earlier, Japan, after beating Germany 2-1 on Wednesday, lost to Costa Rica today 1-0. So that group is wide open in terms of who can get it. Here's Musiala. Oh, good techers there. Pedri and Gavi were still in the area, got a nifty move away from Pedri, and Gavi just had to strangle him down there in the middle. Good nifty work there. Like I said, you got two young guys, Pedri 20, Gavi 18, Musiala 19. Might be a rivalry you want to check out if you're especially following European soccer over the next few years. Yeah, and I think it was a trip there by Gavi. Kind of interlocked his foot into Musiala's back leg, kind of towards the knee area on the back side of it. So nonetheless, another opportunity for Germany. Kimmich whips this one to the box. Rudiger makes a run back post, and he can't get there in time. Antonio Rudiger has been open a lot of times on that back post, and Spain has been yet to kind of correct that error overall. See another goal kick, another opportunity for Spain. Just trying to get something going after first half dominance, at least over the first 15 minutes or so. Morata now to Asensio on the right. Marco Asensio switches the pitch now to Olmo on the left. In space, Olmo cuts inside. Olmo lost the ball there. Kera and Gnabry on defense. Laporte, Sergio Busquets, Rodri, Carvajal. Now ball back towards midfield. What does Sergio Busquets and crew do? Now to Olmo. Back out to Jordi Alba on the wing. Alba plays it in low, and it's in the net. Alvaro Morata has made it 1-0 in favor of Spain. Fresh off the bench, he gets the first goal of this match. A big, big goal for Spain as it would put them above everybody in the group. Alvaro Morata with an absolute great finish as the poacher. 29th goal for him, for the Atletico Madrid man, for his country. Spain 1, Germany 0. And with that, Germany had so many chances. And with that, now I could say it's been the 23rd consecutive match in which Spain has scored. How about that? How about that, folks? And it was Jordi Alba with a great ball played in, a great flick on the back post, too. How about that? Sweet as you like it. And Manuel Neuer, great tracking on the ball, but just not enough to get majority of it there. I don't think he even got a touch to it. Great placement there. And Alvaro Morata, who came off the bench against Costa Rica and scored a late one in that game over there, ends up getting the opener in this game. Just taking a look, there were quite a lot of guys that scored in that game. I'd have to check. I got like a whole list of notes here, and that was one of them. Nonetheless, here's Musiala in Germany the other way. Jamal Musiala forgoes Raum on the wing. Now he will go out to Raum. Raum plays this one in. Gnabry was in the area, so is Muller. Now it goes out. Goretzka fires it right into Spain. And I think it was Laporte there with the block. Free kick now for the Spaniards, about 25 yards out from their own goal. Serge Gnabry called for the foul there on Dani Olmo. Big moments. Nervy moments, too, for Germany. As I said earlier, now down a goal. If this was to stand, they would need a win against Costa Rica just to be in consideration of maybe going to the knockout stage. And then after that, you got Spain and you got Japan. And since Spain would have to beat Japan, and then you start playing the goal differential game, how long is it going to be? Where in the world are Germany going to get the goals? And especially, how far are they going to go? You know, as it stands right now, they're at a -2 goal differential, while Japan is at +1. So a goal here would be crucial. Even if Spain was to rack up the goals overall, as we see here in attack, it would be big for Germany. Olmo plays it top of the box. The shot goes well over. And Marco Asensio knows it himself, goes all the way down to the floor, just in shock and relief. But either way, another opportunity for Spain to potentially kind of open up this game. They're now up 2-0. As, like I said, Spain loves to play that tactic. They love to break you down over time. Even if they don't do it early on, they'll do it somehow and some way. And boy, oh boy, Spain loves to keep possession. They have done it here, as Germany now needs an equalizer to try to get at least a point today. 2 changes coming for Spain, and it will be for both sides. I believe I'm saying corrected. It's going to be an old guy and a young guy. On one side, you're going to have Koke coming in for Marco Asensio. So Koke, of course, playing that center midfielder role. He'll be making his 70th cap for La Roja today. And then on the other side, you got a young guy, as we see Gavi head off. And in his place is going to be Nico Williams. Nico Williams only making his 5th cap, 1 goal overall. So as I said earlier, I said this with Argentina, Mexico, is like, of course, Lionel Messi scored yesterday, and then you had Enzo Fernandez, just the 21-year-old, scoring his first goal for his country. Big stage, too, for Argentina. Spain with another old-young type change. Musiala, a young guy for Germany, dribbles in the box, couldn't keep it in play for his country, as it's now a goal kick for Spain. 24 minutes plus stoppage time left to go in the second half. And the Germany fans that have been quite boisterous, I might say. At least maybe not this much in Qatar, knowing the results, but overall would be quite big for them. Germany is a side that overall I kind of had them in the World Cup final a few times, had them getting a top 4 spot. Nonetheless, this one's played through for Morata, tried to take a big touch, and it might be a little too big as it goes right towards Neuer. There we go. Now it's out to Shula. So on the roster sheet, when I was doing the lineups this morning, they did have Kera playing center back and then Shula as right back. I think those two have switched now. Kera will be your right back, while Shula will be your right center back. Now to Ram, your left back. Ilkay Gundogan now on the ball. Shula again. Mula, back to Shula, and back to Rudiger, and back to base now. Gnabry got that one deflected off of Olmo. Once again, back in Spain territories, Alba plays us back towards Simon. Little update from Bengals Titans. That one now currently knotted up 13 apiece as the Titans went down the field courtesy of a great long catch there. Start of the 4th quarter in that one, it's knotted up at 13 apiece. Back on the football pitch, that is association football. It's now Nico Williams fighting there on the end line against Gundogan and crew. And with that, it goes out for another one. More changes coming for Germany. One of those changes coming up being Niklas Füllkrug, a man who hasn't gotten that many caps, only making his third today, but the Werder Bremen star has scored a goal, as was the case in the Nations League earlier this year. So, of course, you talk about experience, and I think for both of these sides, this is kind of like a change in the guard. You got the older guys on the squad. You also got the newer guys as well. Morata makes a run. Neuer off his line will clear this back towards Spanish territory. Gundogan, empty touch around Busquets. Now looks for options. His deflected as he was looking for Gnabry there. Now it's a throw-in for Germany. And look at this now. We're going to have three changes coming up. So one of those guys, as I noted earlier, is going to be Füllkrug. Some other changes coming on. As noted earlier, Gundogan will be on for Germany. And taking the pinch, I believe, for him might be, I want to say Leroy Sané. Yes, it will be Leroy Sané. Kara will also be leaving the pinch for them and getting into the middle there. I believe we got Klosterman. So Klosterman will be one of the defenders. Hasn't gotten opportunities in this World Cup at least shows talent. Nonetheless, it's good to see him on the pitch. So you got Klosterman coming in. You got Füllkrug also coming in as well. I believe that might have been. And you have Leroy Sané. You'll be checking in for Gundogan. I forget who is the other guy there. We know Füllkrug's going to be a striker, so he will probably check into that last spot over there. I'd have to check either way. Nifty moments. Germany tries to get momentum back. 20 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in this one. Boy, would Germany need some sort of point to try to keep their World Cup hopes alive. They could still go on with a loss, but it will be very difficult since, like I said earlier, multi-goal win against Costa Rica. Spain would need to beat Japan, and most likely that would also have to be a multi-goal victory there for the Spaniards. Here's Sané now on the right, overlap there with Klosterman. It's cut away there. Good work by Olmo, who was tracking back. This one played out to Musiala. Now to Sané. Decides to not go for the shot. Goes to Goretzka. Now to Raum. Out to Musiala. Musiala now tried playing it back. Cut out there by Koke. Morata now checks back. And here comes Nico Williams on the attack. Slow down the pace as Germany brings some numbers back. Nonetheless, Williams still going up against Rudiger. Williams clips it through. Koke can't bring the ball down as it's chipped away there by the Germans. Rudiger back to Joshua Kimmich. So it's Füllkrug, as I said, heading into the game. He'll be coming in for Neuer. So another big opportunity there. Shula, now in the middle, in space, Greengrass ahead of him, takes us all the way up to midfield, now out to Musiala on the right. Good tecker there off Alba, now going up against Olmo, still going as Musiala on the ball. Oh, mercy, Musiala sends it in. Füllkrug tried a shot, and nonetheless, try to get some kind of deflection, but he's not going to get it there. Füllkrug. I learned like some German pronunciations. I was in choir and we had to sing some German songs. And it's actually, just going back to the pitch, here as we see a replay of it, Rodri tried to clear it off and Füllkrug indeed got the last touch. So it will be a goal kick in favor of Spain, rightfully so, as Morata sends us out of play. Another impromptu. Spain, like I said, unable to keep possession there for a while. Musiala and the Germans look to get something as here's Sané on the ball. Sané plays it through. Here's Musiala, saved by Simone. Still up in the air for Sané, and now it's headed away by Rodri. Ball's crashing in, shot crashing in there by Gnabry, and it trickles wide for a Spain goal kick. Big opportunity, especially for that man, Jamal Musiala, to try to get something going on the ball, and he just can't put it away. And indeed, he was onside. Germany has got in trouble there a few times today in getting some balls called offside, including Rudiger's header, which would have been the opener. Nonetheless, Raum sends us in, and the header here will go wide of goal. Fulkrug again on the chance. But I mean, it just shows you. I mean, we saw this on Monday with U.S. Wales, where Kiefer Moore just opened up the game for Wales against the United States, eventually led to a penalty kick, which Gareth Bale converted. Niklas Fulkrug trying to do the same for Germany as that big number 9 option off the bench. Busquets now to Olmo. Could this be a dagger maybe for Spain here in the 74th minute? Pedri now to Alba. Now to Rodri. A little update here from, of course, Bengals Titans. Bengals have just scored a touchdown courtesy of T. Higgins. Big game for them. 6-4 team going up against the 7-3 Titans. Nonetheless, Albight Stadium, Rodri plays it back to Simon and Laporte. Those two have kind of been back and forth. Laporte and Rodri, of course, both of them playing for Manchester City. Rodri, known as a holding midfielder for City, but of course, kind of playing that center back role. Of course, no Sergio Ramos on this lineup as Busquets plays it for Morata. Right now, he's on side as Morata controls here in the box, looks for options, plays it out for Williams. Williams still looks for options, and now the ref will call offside. Might have been a conversation there on how things could have gone. 75th minute, you've got 15 minutes plus stoppage time left in this one. Again, thanks for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. Spain just scored a goal courtesy of Alvaro Morata just a few minutes ago. Alvaro Morata came off the bench just a little while, just to look at this timeline. Came on in the 54th minute, scoring in the 62nd. So an 8-minute difference there for the Spaniards in terms of their star striker, Alvaro Morata. The Atletico man putting in his work, as we have seen throughout his time with Spain. I like to kind of call him from time to time because he's kind of missed some easy chances. I like to call him Aloo Paratha. That's an Indian dish, if you haven't heard of it. And I like to call him that, especially if he misses some easy chances. But he's Alvaro Morata, and he showed it there. No Aloo Paratha yet. That may come as the World Cup goes on. But as of now, it looks like some pretty good action for Spain, and especially for Morata. Nonetheless, Rodri out to Carvajal, now to Nico Williams, who's kind of been kissing the touchline, both figuratively, that is, not literally, since coming into this match, especially on that right-hand side. Koke can't play it out towards Williams. And here we go. Germany maybe with another chance to go forward. Kimmich will kind of circle back, ready his options. Gnabry now playing on the left-hand side. Was playing on the right earlier today. So Rudiger pipped it forward. Thought maybe Musiala may make a run, but nobody was there in the area. You also have Goretzka playing forward as well. Raum on the side, up against Nico Williams. Raum once again going forward. It was last touched by Nico. And with that, Nico can't get a clear. Musiala trying to shield him off, or Gnabry rather. Gnabry keeps it in play, whips this one into the box. Fulkrug can't get ahead to it as it's headed out there by the center backs of Spain. Either way, the ref's whistle has blown once again. I think this time, and maybe actually now they're going to say Gnabry was out of play. Somehow kind of just lifted the ball up, especially from his back feet, which kind of caused Germany to keep possession. Now they're going to give it in favor of Spain. Brought down there. It's nifty touch by Rudiger and then initially by Schula. As you can see, goal differential has been shown. Spain would move to a +8 goal differential with 6 points, as Germany would be dead last in the group. I'd have to check this, but in their World Cup history, I don't think they have ever been eliminated. That is Germany for 2 consecutive World Cups. They have always made it to the knockouts. Shows their quality. That is, I think, of course, you go back to the split between West Germany and East Germany. I think either way, I think the Germanys have done a pretty good job, especially West Germany, too. 1974 ending up winning the World Cup final. And then 1990, the first World Cup with a combined Germany, and it ended up going in favor of a World Cup title going with them. Ball was off of the ref's foot, and now I think, no, play will continue per usual. So, as I noted earlier, I think it's been a little tough. The ref's kind of been a little bit hesitant in his calls. Nonetheless, Shula goes forward, plays it out for Sane. Sane now cuts it back. Musiala now tries to get it back for Sane. He goes down in the box. No foul called as he attempted a shot. Nico Williams now try to go for a counter as Raum slipped there on the pitch. Nonetheless, Goretzka has got some possession going forward. Goretzka with a challenge, and it's a free kick for Germany. Interestingly enough, it might have actually been Spain that had gone down a little bit more. Let's take a look at that. Leroy Sané with yet again another challenge. They're going up against Busquets. And Busquets, I think he's got a point. Busquets might have been called there for the handball. And there's another challenge there as he went down. Rodri there on the defense. And this one, too, I think Fulkrug kind of drew the challenge there on the Manchester City center back. That is Rodri, not Laporte. Another interesting moment, another interesting free kick for Germany. 80th minute, 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in this one, and you've got a plethora of options for the visitors, at least on paper, in this game. Kimmich, Raum, and Sane stand over the ball and might have to be a little curvature. Might go under the wall, and rightfully so, Nico Williams is going to be on the ground to make sure if that does go under the wall, it is blocked. Big game, big moment. Who takes it here? It's going to be Kimmich, and it goes right into the wall. Good work there by the Spaniards. 4 standing up, and then, of course, Williams on the ground for Spain. Headed away there. Good work by Alvaro Morata, who was in the wall. So here's Kimmich now to take the corner. Joshua Kimmich sends this one in, headed away by Morata. Right out to Sane, and he gives it right back to Spain. And here we go. It's a 4-on-3. This one pipped right towards Nico Williams. Good cut there by Raum to defend. Was Raum there on the defense? Rudiger was there taking the set piece. Goretzka goes over the top. No foul called there as it goes back to Rodrigo. Rodri, same guy if you're wondering, by the way. This one off of the German right there. Jordi Alba is now down in some pain, holding his lower back. And again, challenge there. Fulkrug was going up and got his knee right into Alba and kind of crashed into him as well. And of course, Niklas Fulkrug being one of those stalwarts, a taller guy on the pitch. And when you're tall, sometimes you got to be powerful as well. With that, Alba will head off and checking into the game. Let's see who will be there as a viable left back option. Of course, Jordi Alba being that big man over time. And it's another interesting choice for Luis Enrique, a guy who may have the talent, not much experience at the national level. Alejandro Balde, 19 years old, born October 18th, 2003, making his second appearance. Yeah, only his second appearance at the national stage. And it's a big moment for him, of course, with this Germany side led by Leroy Sané. And even this guy, too. It's Shula trying to get something going as well. This one played in. Here's Fulkrug, and it's in the net. Just like that, Germany has equalized. And this time, it's the bench option for the Germans, who make it now 1-1. How about this? The man himself, Niklas Fulkrug. Second goal for him in his third cap at the national level. Right here in the 83rd minute, it's 1-1 between Spain and Germany. And let's take a look at that. Sane with a great ball through. It is right in the area, and boy, was that a slammer into the net. was Musiala with the last touch. Fulkrug, as it appears there, not offside. Of course, this might go to VAR, but as it appears, this goal will stand. So a big goal for Germany. And now we're back to square one. Essentially, Spain would still hold possession of the group, but it would be an in case in sense that Spain would need some sort of points. And you think about it, if Japan was to beat the Spaniards and Costa Rica was to beat Germany, Spain would be out. Either way, it was not going to be the case that had Spain won today, they would qualify. With Japan beating or Japan losing to Costa Rica, rather, that was going to be the case. So with that, we might get a check here. As it appears, I think the goal should stand knowing Musiala was in the area. The question was there a pass in sense that led Fulkrug to be offside? That's where something would be interesting. Nothing has been announced yet. Right now, nonetheless, it's going to be Serge Gnabry heading to the bench for Germany, and heading in for him will be Jonas Hoffmann, the man from Borussia Gladbach. And now I think the kickoff will be ready for Germany, and yes, the goal will count. Back to square one. So you have Spain, a possessive team, Germany, an attacking team. Two teams looking for a win to try to get some sort of supremacy in Group E. As I mentioned earlier, this is known as the Group of Death. A lot of people at least touted this as such when this started out. Big matchup, of course, Spain being number 7, Germany being number 11. And this has been kind of an evenly matched rivalry over the past few decades. Of course, this being the 26th matchup between them. And I believe it was Germany that has the advantage here with 9 wins, 8 draws, and 8 losses. So if Spain was to get a winner here, then they would officially tie this rivalry. Now Germany still has the advantage there with the majority of the points, although Spain kind of does get a little bit more even. Like I said, two stalwarts at the European level, two stalwarts trying to make it to the World Cup, and actually have the World Cup final, the semis, and a few of my brackets, both of them in that regards. This one forward, Sonic, Jesus Musiala, Sonic down. No free kick given. 86 minute, 4 minutes stoppage time remaining. Could see some stoppage time. I mean, what would be like 10 minutes we've seen from other groups, but nonetheless, I think the stoppage time is sure to be electric. Spain against Germany. And like I said, both teams using the bench to try to get something going at all. Another change coming is you're going to have number 3 David Raum heading off and heading in will be Nico Schlotterbeck. So Schlotterbeck played in the game against Japan as a left center back according to ESPN. He'll check into the left back spot, so it should be interesting to see how Hansi Flick uses him in the situation. So once again, pipped into Germany territory, just again, headed up there by a lot of the guys in the area. I couldn't tell who it was. Might have been Musiala. Klosterman. Back to Rudiger. 3 minutes left to go in the second half. It's once again pipped forward, so Musiala can't keep it in play. Once again, another throw-in for Spain. Got a 2-all draw between, or pardon me, not a 2-all draw, 1-all draw between Spain and Germany. Interesting games earlier today. I've been talking a lot about Japan and Costa Rica. Talk a little bit about Group F, who the Group E top 2 players and teams will be facing. Right now, Croatia's on top with 4 points. They beat Canada 4-1. The Canadians have been eliminated. Second team to be eliminated from this World Cup. Morocco is in second with a shock win 2-0 over Belgium earlier today, and Belgium is in third with 3 points. That has held off their win against Canada. Once again, Olmo tries going to the center for Morata as it goes back to Rudiger and the Germans. They've been controlling majority of the possession even before the goal and now even after the goal in trying to get some momentum going and especially pick up 3 points. As I've mentioned many times before in this broadcast, 3 points for Germany would be huge, and since everybody in the group would have 3 points, which in that sense, it's basically anybody's game. Anybody can be last place, anybody could be first place. And just looking at it too, you've got Belgium, you've got Croatia, you've got Morocco. Belgium has struggled a little bit. They're going to have Romelu Lukaku back, hopefully, for their matchup on Thursday. In fact, I actually may be on the, I don't know which one, but there's a game Thursday morning, whatever group it is at 8 o'clock. I'll be doing it. I have a final at 12. Nonetheless, Morata in the clear now, goes end line, tackle there. It's a crunching one as well. And with that, it goes out for a corner kick. Schlotterbeck there doing the dirty work here in the 90th minute. You have to check here if offside, and yeah, that's a smart move by Morata. He was onside there. But a key challenge by Schlotterbeck. Oh, mercy. Great work. Great work there just to get a touch on the ball. So now another corner. This one's played short by Nico Williams. Back to Williams now on the right. Pedri again. Pedri still working inside. Now it's outside for Olmo, who lost the ball there off Kimmich. Deflected away, back towards the Spanish back line and Carvajal. That one played Malde. Rodri. Emerick Laporte. 6 minutes of stoppage time coming up here as we are 90 minutes through. Both teams trying to find a winner in this one. So on the outside, Koke now in the middle. Koke, Rodri, Laporte. Now it's back to Rodri. Again, a lot of action in this one so far, and Spain got the opener courtesy of Alvaro Morata in the 62nd minute, and just like that, Niklas Füllkrug answered in the 83rd. So both teams utilizing the bench to try to make most of their time in this one. Throw in now, as we're approaching 5 minutes left to go in this stoppage time period. Carvajal sends this now to the middle. Now to Sergio Busquets. Malde. Olmo. Danny sends it once again back to his center backs, back to Laporte. It'll be interesting to see how Spain will work it here. If they take a point, they're still at the top of the group. They still control their own destiny, and they still get the number one spot given they beat Japan. Nonetheless, Williams goes the other way, tried playing it in for Pedri as it's cleared away. So Spain, I think, still trying to get that game winner, provide some comfort. Germany, though, would definitely want to shake up this group with the game-winning goal here. Kimmich, now on the left now. Played in the middle, picked off there by Busquets. Sergio Busquets, now in the middle. It's a good one there by Rodri. Out to Olmo. Olmo now, cutting inside. What can he do? Cuts on the ball, crunching tackle there. Right in the middle by Shula. He goes down, and it's a free kick. Olmo there, the culprit. And it's Danny Olmo there. You look at the techers. Boy, oh boy, we've seen some great techers in this game and throughout this World Cup. You know, you talk about joga bonito. Of course, that's a Brazilian tactic, but these two teams have kind of resembled that too, especially when you look at these sexy models, these sexy lineups, sexy players, at least when you look at their play. And it shows as well. Sane. Now to Goretzka. Schlotterbeck. Rudiger. Shula. Shula pips it forward, going to the right, and it's headed back there by Rodrigo, or Carvajal, pardon me. Simon couldn't get there in time. Now it's a corner kick for Germany, trying to put this one on ice potentially, for all you know. How about this Bengals Titans? Less than 3 minutes to go there, and it's a good catch once again. What was that? T. Higgins again. Boy, oh boy. He's been stepping up in a big way ever since Jamar Chase has left. I'll tell you that. 3 minutes through here from Albight Stadium. And once again, Germany with the chance to maybe get a game winner here. They were up 1-0 before Japan came back to win 2-1. They were down 1-0 here, and they could be back to win this one 2-1. Halfway through the stoppage time period, Joshua Kimmich back to take the corner. And with that, the ref will make sure everything's okay in the box, as he should. So here's Kimmich. Once again, whipping this one in. Back post. Rudiger couldn't get ahead to it. In fact, Alba was the one jumping up to grab that. Pedri knocked it out a little bit farther. Now will be a German throw-in. Rudiger forgoes it in the middle, and he will now let that go. Hopefully, maybe for a long throw-in here? I haven't seen that many long throw-ins in this World Cup, at least the matches I've watched. Weston McKennie took one against England on Friday. Sergio Busquets went down the box. It won't be calling for a foul. No foul will be awarded for Spain, or given to Spain, rather. So here's Klosterman up against Musiala. Just cleared away there by Malde. Rudiger just pips that one up in the air. 90 seconds left to go in stoppage time. Musiala able to get the ball. Musiala still going, plays it out. Schlotterbeck can't get there in time, as here's Nico Williams going the other way. In a race here against Goretzka, it's going to be Goretzka that wins it fresh off the tackle. No foul called, says the ref, as here comes Germany the other way. Schlotterbeck plays it through for Sané. This could be dangerous. Leroy Sané plays it across the box, and Fulkrug couldn't get there in time. Deflected away. A minute left in stoppage time. Corner kick coming up for Germany. And again, Sané, he stuck his right arm out, and I think that could have been the case. And the other question is, did he keep that ball in play on the end line? Let's take a look at this. I don't know. It's tough to tell. You'd have to take a look at it in slow-mo. But either way, another dangerous opportunity for Germany to maybe get something on the ball. And again, keep their hopes alive. Once again, Joshua Kimmich from the left corner flag to take this one. Whip this one into the box. Caught there by Simone. Still got a few seconds left. And with that, still got about 10 seconds before you reach 6 minutes. But either way, the ref will blow the final whistle here from Albight Stadium. Spain and Germany knotted up at 1 apiece. So they will draw. And this is how Group E will look like going into match day 3. Spain, once again, is going to be at the top of the group with 4 points overall, plus 7 goal differential. Japan and Costa Rica remain the same. Japan in second with a plus 1 goal differential. Costa Rica with a -6. Germany will still be in dead last with 1 point overall. Their goal differential, once again, is still -1. So big result for Germany, in sense that if they were to beat Costa Rica, Spain was to get something, or if Germany, well, actually, now that I think about it, Germany with a win could still get in, given that Spain was to beat Japan, or those two were to draw, and Germany would beat out Japan on goal differential. One of my popular picks, and you guys probably had it too, was Spain being first in the group, Germany being second. With the win against Costa Rica, they can muster that ideal, which could happen on Thursday. For Spain, they play Japan. Like I said earlier, they are not clinched yet. If they win, yes, they are clinched. If they draw, yes, they clinch. Simple as that. You pick up a point, you got it. If you lose, you would need 2 things to happen. Actually, only one thing. Costa Rica and Germany draw, or you have Germany beating Costa Rica, but Spain still wins on a goal differential. So a lot of big action here. A lot of big nervy moments, especially even in a Bengals-Titans. That one in the 2-minute warning here. That one, Joe Burrow just went down there in the middles. Tennessee uses their final timeout. So they will end up kicking a field goal. Bengals currently up 20-16 in that one. So you know what I'm going to be doing. Cheering on the Bengals. Hopefully it'll be a Houday win for Cincinnati, hopefully moving to 7-4. Back with the FIFA World Cup, we're looking at association football. No live stream tomorrow, unfortunately, as I got class, but I will be back on Tuesday for a big game as we start off match day 3. Iran versus the US. United States needs a win to advance to the next round, and only a win. Iran, a draw and a win, and they're in. This would decide who gets the biggest place in the knockout stage. And then, of course, you got Group A. Quite interesting matchup there as you've got Netherlands and Ecuador right now. Senegal even rearing their head to potentially get the first seed. If the United States were to win on Tuesday, they would most likely face either Netherlands or Ecuador. Big differences there on who you face. But either way, that's it for our coverage today. Once again, I'm Mahirsan Hassan. Thanks for tuning into this broadcast of my live stream right here on YouTube. So long, good night, and stay safe.